Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new blog. So today I'm very excited. We have some of the exciting condominiums going to be coming soon. Lots of investors and buyers is always asking me, what is the best deals? What you can get for me? Well, I want a good location, good school, and I want a transportation, but affordable price. So today, here you go, Westport Condominiums. It's my friend Cam from Edenshaw. So it's very good developers, and we've been working past so many times.
Nice to see you, Mark. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I'm good.
So for some of my blog don't know about developers. Do you want to talk a little bit about your background?
Well, you already know, you already had experience working with us. Edenshaw's been around for 10 years or so. One of their most identifiable projects, which was a big success in Toronto, was a building called Chaz, developed out in Yorkville.
100%. It's very good buildings.
Yeah. It was a multi-award winning building too. I think it was Community of the Year for that at that time. So aside from another project or so in Toronto and Tanu that we currently have being developed here in Port Credit, we have been around for, like I said, 10 years. We have a group of colleagues, professionals that work in our office that have been in the real estate industry, especially the development and construction industry, for a very, very long time. Very picky people when it comes to design and
100%.
quality and construction, and making sure that when we promise something, we deliver on those promises. So
yes, I know you guys have been in the market for so long, so you definitely have a lot of experience to bring the quality buildings. So
yeah, we have in Edenshaw has about, outside of Tanu, which is currently under construction, we'll have another 1,000 or so units that are in our pipeline.
Wow.
In this area. So
so we're going to see Chaz
throughout the GTA, Toronto, Mississauga. There'll be a lot more Chaz's coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, talking about, when we're talking about the projects, the first thing, investor, developer, we all the same. We're talking about the locations. It's the key, number one key for the building. So why do you think that, you guys invest a lot of money in this neighborhood, in the Port Credit? Why Mississauga?
So the principal of the company and myself were actually from Port Credit, from Motor Park, Port Credit.
Yes.
Chose to stay in this neighborhood over time because of the appeal that the water brings and its connectivity to the city and all of the different amenities that the place has to offer. So, in my opinion, Port Credit is its own little city inside the city of Mississauga.
Yes.
It's very much a village feel. It has a street front presence of restaurants and bars and live music and festivals and waterfront activities that makes it feel a little different than what the rest of Mississauga or some of the suburban GTA communities is like. Even when you're on the waterfront here, you can see the downtown skyline, which is a grounding thing. It makes you realize that we're not that far from work, and if you work in the city, from work and the amenities that Toronto has to offer. This particular project is literally right across the street from the Port Credit GO station, which is a 15-minute ride to Exhibition Station.
I think a short distance to downtown.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Toronto,
There's 3 stops on the way to downtown Toronto, and coming shortly will be the development of the Metrolinx's mobility hub, which includes the LRT that runs north on here, Ontario, connecting this community to Square One, which is the downtown center of Mississauga. So from a connection standpoint, from a transportation standpoint, there isn't many communities outside of downtown Toronto that are this easily accessible to get. I mean, you can get downtown to your office on Bay Street in 25 minutes.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas some places in Toronto, taking the TTC will take longer.
if I don't remember wrong, I think it's #1 waterfront community neighborhood
So
in the
there's,
GTA.
yeah, so the community of Port Credit is so different because it has this city feel in this village waterfront type community.
It's a very unique part.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I know a lot of people, even a lot of my clients live in the Port Credit areas.
Yeah.
And the house market here, I think the average is about 1.1 million, the selling price. So this is a very prestigious neighborhood in Mississauga. Talking about Mississauga, the big pictures, Mississauga so far have 750,000 populations. But with the fast growing city in Ontario, this bring the Mississauga going to be expanding so fast. There's going to be more population, more job. It's all going to come to Mississauga.
so it's interesting because if you look at Port Credit in and of itself from an investment standpoint,
Yes.
it's an established community. There's very large, very expensive, wealthy, expensive homes and wealthy families that live in and around
In this
Mineola,
area,
Warren
yes.
Park area. It's a little different from Oakville in that we're closer to the city, obviously. It's a little different from everything in between. From a waterfront perspective, like the previous question you were asking,
Yeah.
there is this true connection to the water. We're not,
Like 5 minutes walking.
but we're developed
Yeah.
along the water, which is important.
Yeah.
Our city parks are literally on the Credit River. There's a lot of festivals that happen here that makes you feel like you're in the.
I joined a
Along
couple
the way.
actually.
There you go.
In the summertime, I think it's a lot of festival, it's a lot of social, a lot of bar, restaurant, as you said. I think it's maybe around 15, close to 15 festivals in summer for
Yeah.
this Port Credit area alone. So
But it's not just
very
that.
exciting.
There's going to be what's good about Westport and Tandy and some of the other projects that we're launching here in this community is we're in the established part of Port Credit. What's good about the long-term investment horizon for Port Credit is there's two other major communities
Yes.
to the east and to the west of us where they're taking underutilized government land and developing even bigger waterfront communities
100%.
over the next 10 to 15
10 to
years.
15 years.
So it's not right
investors
now.
should be listening for that.
Yeah, it's not right now, but the idea is the long-term perspective of this area is fantastic.
Yes.
And what's great about Westport is that you're already ready to go here.
100%. It's fully zoned. You are ready to go.
Well, that's for sure, yeah. The project is
I
ready,
like it.
is zoned, ready to go, and all the
Yeah.
approvals in place.
That's the investor feel safe.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
Yeah. So talking about Westport condominiums, it's a luxury condominiums feel. This is a scale model, very beautiful scale models. Can you take a little bit, talk about this project alone,
Yeah, so the building is designed by IBI,
Yeah,
one
very
of
famous,
very,
yeah.
very world-famous, well-known, award-winning architect. And our interior design was done by Ciccone and Simone, which is another award-winning, well-known interior designer. So the building it's a very luxurious building. It's a very high-end building as it relates to its offering. There's over 15,000 square feet of amenities, which includes this awesome rooftop terrace, which faces
15 floors.
on the 15th floor, and it faces south overlooking the Port Credit River, sorry,
Wow.
the Port Credit Marina and
Yes.
Lake
On the
Ontario.
lake. Well, you guys are very generous. Usually developer, I know they want to put the terrace selling at a very high price. So actually anyone, even in the second floor, first levels, whatever, they all can enjoy the beautiful views in the summers.
Well, I can tell you that of all the projects that are being planned in Port Credit right now, this is going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, rooftop terrace that a condo will have.
100%.
And within that terrace, there's barbecues and cabanas and lounge areas to suntan. It'll be an unobstructed view of the city, of the lake, and you can see the city skyline from here as well, the Toronto skyline.
That's really beautiful.
Servicing that terrace is a gorgeous dining room and fireplace lounge. It'll be a sports lounge, 2 hotel rooms that will be able for hotel rooms, but
It's guest suite.
Guest
basically
suites for
whatever the
guests.
visitor you want to be living with.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's 24-hour concierge. We'll have retail at grade for coffee shops or some type of amenity to service the building. There's a rear dog run and outside lounge area at grade, which is
Yeah.
covered, so you can bring your dog out for a walk.
So it's pet-friendly buildings. For
Exactly.
some of the end users, they always ask me, is this pet-friendly?
Very,
building?
very-
Pet is our friend, so it's definitely friendly building.
Our lead marketing director was very focused on making sure it was a pet-friendly building.
Yes.
State-of-the-art gym and co-working environment, so from the amenity standpoint, it's great.
Yeah, co-work is very important. Right now, we got used to it working in a home environment, so the condominiums have a working space, public space is very important for that. It's a very unique amenities in
Yeah.
buildings. Very good. So how tall the building is?
So it's 22 stories. We have a midsection podium in the tower point. What's great about it is along Park Street here, to the south, the city has a bylaw that restricts height
Yes.
over 14, 15 stories. So what's great is that your southern views will be unobstructed forever primarily.
Wow, that's good. So what the views for the east and west and north?
So the city skyline is just around here,
Yes.
southeast.
Yeah.
You have water views that are pretty much all around the building because the Lake Ontario kind of circles the building. Actually, what's really cool about this property is because the other side, I don't know how you want to see it, but the GO station is literally on the northern side of the building.
25 steps.
Right. And the views to the north are fantastic because it overlooks the community of the neighborhood of Minniola, which is very densely treed, mature, beautiful community. So you have a view to the northern, the city of Mississauga skyline, which in and of itself is very pretty. Overlooking all of the trees
All
and
the
stuff.
green space.
And it'll be forever unobstructed. So the north views are just as nice as the east and southern views.
So you want the green space, north, water,
South.
south.
Yeah.
Amazing. We're talking about amenity, we're talking about the location, we're talking about, the buildings, the GO station, transportation, everything. And then we're talking about, the growth of the park quality areas. The most important is the personal asking questions. How the investor, we got a lot of interesting buyers. How do they can get the units?
How can they get a unit here in Westport?
Exactly.
They have to call you, I guess.
Exactly. So I know you have some sort of the stage agents to be working. There's a lot of agents marketing for that, right? But I think you do have a unique relationship.
Appreciate that this community doesn't have a lot of inventory whatsoever.
Yes.
There are probably 6 listings last time I checked in South Mississauga that were under $1 million.
Yes.
So there's very little inventory and there's not a lot of projects coming up for sale because there's not any land to develop them.
Yes.
So Edenshaw has a lot of our own contacts, our own colleagues, families, friends that are super interested in buying here. And there is a lot of local interest, let alone the interest from throughout Mississauga, the GTA, and Toronto. We work with the agents that have supported us in the past and the agents that understand what we're building and are the good promoters of Edenshaw and the brand. And we try our best to work with those agents to give them the first access to the buildings to sell units to their clients before we open up to them.
Yeah, so
to
it's
the
called
people.
an exclusive VIP.
So you're one of the lucky few that has the ability to bring this building to your clients before we bring it to the rest of the community.
That's fantastic. So investor and a lot of end users will be getting exciting. So ladies and gentlemen, let me bring to you the Westport. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.